Raise your hand, folks, if you have a question, and we will start with Tomer. Go ahead, Tomer.
Hey Ty, how you doing today?
Good, how are you?
Doing well, thank you. First, do you have any update on Serge? I know he was listed as doubtful, but do you have any update? Did he travel? Is he doing anything?
He didn't travel.
He didn't travel. Okay. And then as far as I know, you went small the rest of the series against the Mavs. Excuse me. Do you think that's something you could do as much against the Jazz? Their lineups really have either Gobert or Favors out there the entire time. They don't really play without a center.
Okay.
I'm saying, do you think you can play as small as much against that kind of team?
Yeah, I mean, we played against 7-3, 7-4 Boban and 7-2 for Zingis. So it's not really that big of a difference. I know they go to the boards a little, better, but there'll be points in the series when we have to go small, no matter who's on the floor. So, um, you know, Dallas was a good test for us of having a block out because all their guys crashed. Having Boban out there with our small lineup, having Porzingis out there with our small lineup, and we was able to do a good job. So we're definitely gonna have to go small at some point in the series.
Thanks, Ty.
Thanks. Next, we'll go to Law.
What's going on, Ty? You mentioned before the Dallas series how you would prefer to study the first 15 plays or so of a team. I just wanted to know how that helped you prepare for the Mavericks, how effective you thought that was, and what the short turnaround is going to be like as far as preparing for this Jazz team.
I think it was good with Dallas. They really didn't learn a lot of stuff after the first two games. It was just really pretty much Luka seeking out the matchup he wanted with the switches and running a lot of high five, and that's basically it. We pretty much did the same thing with a small lineup because Nico doesn't know a lot of the five positions, so it just became a battle of taking advantage of the mismatches and trying to attack from there and trying to get two on the basketball to make plays, and so both teams did that. So the plays were really out the window, pretty much after game two. With Utah, we know they do a great job of running their sets, with continuity and Gobert, who's a dynamic roller, to the basket, puts a lot of pressure on the rim, and they have a lot of guys who can make shots. So, it's pretty much the same thing. So they got a dynamic roller instead of having five guys spaced around the perimeter that can shoot the basketball.
Thanks. Next, we'll go to Shane.
Hey, Ty, how are you today?
Yeah.
Great. I'm just curious, is there anything in particular you've noticed about Donovan Mitchell's improvement or anything he's enhanced in his game over the last couple of years?
Yeah, I mean, his shooting, he's definitely becoming, a way better shooter. He can always make shots, but, becoming, a really good shooter has been, has made his game take off and go to another level, actually, because now teams can't go under. Teams can't play him for the drive. He has a mid-range pull-up. He has a three-point shot off the dribble and catch and shoot. And what he's also improved is, going right and be able to shoot it off the dribble as well. So he's really expanded his game over the last couple of years, and that's why he's a great player.
Thanks. Next, we'll go to Miriam.
Hey, Ty. Thanks for taking the time to chat with us today. Appreciate it. You mentioned Utah's continuity. How much does that sort of that they've had that nuclear together for a bit, how much does that play into their success they've had?
You say it again. I'm sorry, Miriam.
How much does their continuity over there with the Jazz play into their success, do you think?
Oh, because everyone's touching the basketball. They live to play off closeouts, driving kicks, get into the paint, spraying it out for threes. And like I said, they led the league in three-point makes this year, just sharing the basketball, get into the sets, running that stuff with pace. So we know we got to do a better job, this series than we did last series of taking away the three-point shot, making those guys put the ball on the floor, and then having our back line ready to help.
Thanks. Next to Andrew.
Hey, Ty. Mike Conley, obviously his status is he's going to be reevaluated for that hamstring. Just curious how you evaluate the Jazz when he's able to play and when he's out of the lineup, kind of the difference it makes.
They play the right way no matter who's on the floor. Conley's a big part of what they do. But then they just insert Joe Ingles, and he's a 6'8" point guard, and they just run their system. And they all play well together. They know exactly what they're looking for, who they want to play through, and how they want to play. So Mike Conley's a big part of it, but they still play the same way no matter who's in the lineup.
And then relating to Serge, I know he made the trip to Dallas for Game 6 to watch that one. Was him staying home something that trainers decided better for his rehab, or did he want to do that? What kept him home for this one?
We thought it was better for his rehab.
Okay, thank you.
Next to Farbad.
Hey, Coach. On the Mike Conley question, I'm just kind of curious, how does it change your preparation when you're not sure if one of their starters are going to be playing? Do you just kind of prepare as if he is, or how does that typically change in a playoff preparation setting?
Prepare if he is playing. We can't just, speculate and guess if he's going to play or not. So we have to prepare like he's going to play and then go from there.
Thanks. Next to Justin Russo.
Hey, Coach, glad to hear that you're doing well. With the roles that Terrence and Luke had in the last couple of games of last series, do you kind of foresee them having similar ability to impact the games in this series?
Well, we'll see. Every series is different. They both did, play well when they got the opportunity. And, especially in Game 7, I thought Terrence and Luke both did a great job. But every series is different, so we just got to see how they're trying to attack us, see the flow of the game, see the flow of the series, and kind of go from there.
Appreciate it.
Thanks. We have time for 2 more. Next, we'll go to Kahari.
Hey, what's going on, Coach? Last game, you all did a great job of balancing out the scoring. You guys have 7 players in double figures. How important is it for y'all to keep the momentum going into this series against this tough Utah team?
It was very important. I thought in this last series we really played with pace. Probably the most pace we played with all season. And Kawhi and PG and those guys attacking, knowing we wanted to get the ball out early and attack early before they can get their zone set with Bo being in the game. So the same thing has to happen again. Having 30 assists last game, and we were due to make some shots and some threes, and we made 23s last game. So we just got to continue to keep building off that, continue to keep sharing the basketball, making the right plays, and hopefully knock down some open shots.
Thanks. Last question, Eric Walden.
Hey, Ty. So I covered the Jazz, and several of their players today were obviously extremely complimentary of Kawhi, kind of speaking to his do-everything ability. Just as someone who's been around him for a few years now, what do you attribute his ability to kind of go from being an already elite player to a guy who's able to take things up to an even higher level once you get to the postseason?
The work he puts in every day, and a lot of times, me and my coaching staff, we say he's probably overworking and working too hard. But every day is the same routine. He's an hour there before practice, working out, getting his shots up, and then after he's doing 30 more minutes after practice. And it's been the same routine for the last 2 years since I've been here. And sometimes you think he's tired and he needs to get the rest, but he continues to put that same work in every day. So I think just from him putting the work in and understanding that he's trying to get himself ready for the playoffs and the postseason, and he stepped it up for us, like I said, in this 7-game series.
Thanks, Coach. That's it for today. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you.